Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It has been 340 days since the last stream on CWPA-TV.com, and we hope it's worth the wait. For Fordham and Iona, welcome. For those of you who are wondering, I'm Scott Weiss. Glad to be on. We are bringing you this coverage from the Colonel Francis B. Messmore Aquatic Center in the Bronx, New York, on the campus of Fordham University. It will be the Fordham Rams and the Iona Gales. This will be the 36th meeting all-time between the two teams. Iona leads the series 19-16, but Fordham has won each of the previous 4, which includes the last meeting back on November 6, 2019, Fordham 12, Iona 8. This is better known as the Judge Cup series. Fordham is coached by Brian Bacharach. In 2019, he was co-coach with Bill Harris. Harris is on the team for his 17th year, but Harris is the associate head coach this go-around. In 2019, Harris and Bacharach shared MAWPC East Co-Coach of the Year honors. Iona, coached by Brian Kelly, his 25th season. The Gales have been ranked nationally 6 times for men under Kelly, but these Gales have been a what for quite some time. In fact, Iona has lost 24 consecutive conference games if you include its time in the Northeast Water Polo Conference, due to quite a few institutions not participating this season. The Gales have been put in the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference East Division, and since there aren't a lot of participants, there were 3 in the East Northern section and 3 in the East Southern section. In the Northern section, you have Fordham, Iona, and LaSalle. LaSalle unable to participate this weekend. And in the Southern, Bucknell, George Washington, and Navy, and Bucknell is unable to participate this weekend. We just got word of that just within the last hour or two. So in about 8 minutes, we have Fordham and Iona. Things to watch. Jake Miller-Tote of Fordham, who tallied 551 goals from 2016 to 19, including Fordham's single-season record 114 in 2019, has since moved on from graduation. So Demetrius Kougias, number 2 for Fordham, might be the go-to scorer. He had 70 goals in 2019. So he is a guy to keep an eye on. For Iona, keep an eye out on Lester Machado, number 2. For Iona, he had 37 goals in 2019. Also Patrick Hudak, number 3, had 36. So, there are weapons. But really, in terms of the goalkeeping, keep an eye out for number 1, Bailey O'Mara from Darien, Connecticut, the junior. For Fordham, in 2019, he collected 17 or more saves 4 times, including 21 and 11-8 win versus Johns Hopkins on November 10, 2019. By the way, he had a single season program record 351 saves last season. This is the winter 2021 men's season due to the fall 2020 men's season being postponed. Just want to let you know that on the CWPA network this weekend, we plan on bringing you 5 Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference West contests from Milan Park in Morgantown, West Virginia, featuring McKendree, Mercyhurst, Gannon, newcomer Mount St. Mary's, Washington, and Jefferson. Salem unable to participate this weekend. Next weekend, the Salem Tigers hope to get back in the water. So in about 6 minutes, we will have the Judge Cup rivalry. Fordham and Iona from Messmore Aquatic Center on the CWPA network. 4 wins in a row in the series for Fordham. Can Iona get back on track and snap its 24-game conference losing streak?
Jack Bowen, and here's this week's goalie tip of the week. Today we're going to take a look at attacking a front court offense when you have a right-handed player at the left-handed wing. And one of the things that we want to think about as goalies is always honoring the shooter, but also thinking a half a step ahead of them. So when you have a right-handed player at a bad angle down on this side of the pool, instead of honoring them at the perfect geometric angle here, we can cheat back and still honor the shooter, because if I'm here and he makes a pass across the field of play, I'm hung out to dry. And so instead, I'm going to cheat off of him a little bit geometrically to here. Now you can see my body's still honoring him. I'm not here or on my back. My shoulders are squared to the shooter, but if I'm in a game situation now and he makes the pass here, I'm set on the shooter. Whereas if he shoots, my body is still balanced to make the save. For more goalie tips, check out Collegiate Water Polo Association's video library.
You're watching the CWPA broadcast brought to you by Cap 7.
Don't give it to me easy, I like a little challenge. When it feels better when you take a little damage. Slow, learning fast, earning, stay burning. Wheels turning, it's a going thing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a CWPA Network broadcast of the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference East Division Northern Section, hosted by Fordham University. Our free regular season broadcast is brought to you courtesy of the Collegiate Water Polo Association. It has been 340 days coming since the last contest we broadcasted on the CWPA Network. This is Scott Samuel David Weiss. Glad to have you on board. Friday, February 12th, 2021, to bring you MAWPC East Northern Section action between the host Fordham University Rams of the Bronx, New York, in the Dark Caps, and in the White Caps, the visitors from New Rochelle, New York, the Iona College Gales. This is the 36th meeting all time between the two teams. Iona leads 19-16, but Fordham has won each of the previous 4 matchups. Fordham has won 16 or more games in each of the previous 6 seasons. Iona, meanwhile, has lost 24 consecutive conference games, including its time in the Northeast Water Polo Conference. Our referees for the matchup. Head official is Jesus Mejia, joined by Gabriel Maldonado. Doru Wall is the alternate. In the first quarter, it will be Fordham in dark going left to right, and in white, Iona right to left. We have some new rules for the 2021 winter season. On the sidelines, you see a few cones. The one that is to the far left is the 2-meter one. The one that's to the right of it, the orange cone, is the 5-meter area, and new for this season, the green cone, the 6-meter line. So penalty shots will still be from 5 meters, but green will be 6 meter. And also, goalies can cross the half-distance line, so goalies can act as an extra attacker. So Brian Bacharach, the head coach of Fordham, Ryan Kelly, the head coach of Iona. Iona coming off of a 6-23 campaign in 2019. No wins in conference play. Hasn't won a conference game since November 18th, 2017, trying to get off the schneid. Fordham coming off its best season, perhaps, in program history. 2019, 24-8, 9-3 in conference play in the regular season. Lost its final 2 games, though. And the sprint is won by the Rams, wherein the dark going left to right will have 4 8-minute quarters in regulation. 30 seconds shot clock per possession. Ordinary foul from outside 6 meters. Pump fake. Now go to the left flat. Egg beater motion. Now to the right flat. 10 seconds on the shot clock. To the hole. Fires! Oh, what a wicked save that goes over the end line. We'll have our first corner of the game for Fordham. They're already close to 30 seconds into this one. Fordham on the aggressive. There's a great save there by Kyle Laufenberg earlier. Another ordinary called on the Iona end. Fordham will retain possession going left to right. This is one of 2 meetings this weekend between the 2 teams. They'll also face off if the circumstances permit on Sunday, February 14th at noon. Now, trying to dunk it back, and there will be a turnover. Repossession for the Gales of Iona. Iona now. Laufenberg. Laufenberg now with the outlet pump fake from the left flat. Now we'll take it up top. Outside 6 meters. 9 on the shot clock for the Gales. Iona will set for the hole. Fire! Out of play, wide right, goal throw for Bailey O'Mara. O'Mara coming off a 351 save campaign in 2019. That is a program record. And what a shot there. That's the first goal of the game. 1-0 Fordham, about a minute plus into the contest. Now 20 seconds on the shot clock, and Iona trying to counter. But that is over the net. Goal throw here for O'Mara. The 1-0 in favor of the Fordham Rams in dark. Fordham trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak since the final 2 games of 2018 and the first game of 2019. Egg beater motion from the left. Now we'll take it up top. Another swing, fire off the left crossbar. And Laufenberg will have the possession for Iona. 1-0 Fordham, couple minutes in. And then it was picked off in the hole guard by the Rams of Fordham. Fordham in the Atlantic 10 in other sports, while Iona is at the MAAC. Now we'll fire, take it down by Laufenberg. And the second effort coming inside the 2. Now up top, outside 6 meters. Egg beater motion, will fire, batted out of play by Kyle Laufenberg. A fresh 30 here for the Rams, the hosts of Fordham. Fordham was the 2 seed in last season's MAWPC tournament. Ended up losing its final 2 games, including the 3rd place contest against Navy. Swimming ahead, fires and score! Looks like it's maybe Hans Dolsek. And it's now Fordham in dark 2, Iona in white 0. Couple minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, goalies are allowed to shoot the ball past the half-distance line. So at any point, should a coach wish to do so, could press on its goalie past the half-distance line. 12 seconds on the shot clock here. You get 30 seconds. Up top now for Iona. Swibbed and saved by O'Mara. Now quick outlet, dribbling left to right here for Fordham. Getting a quick pass. Finding its shooting range, and it is errant to the right side. And the play it goes back to Iona. Iona now on the ball. We're going to have our first power play of the game. With a couple minutes to go in the first quarter, Iona on the 6 and 5 and cashes in. Beautifully executed for the Gales. The cat comes off. And it is now Fordham 2, Iona 1. Again, we get 8-minute quarters in varsity compared to 7 in club. Now Fordham back on the attack. Fordham last season in its final 2 games lost 9-5 in both of its final 2 games to George Washington and the Navy. We'll toss it out of play to avoid the shot clock violation, and now stifling defense for the Gales trying to get the equalizer. Past the half-distance line. Now to the right flat. Egg beater motion now for Iona. Iona has yielded 10 or more goals in 9 straight games. Iona is also on a 9-game losing streak. Looks like we have a dunk, so we'll have our second power play opportunity. Very short-lived. Iona really wanted to get aggressive. Didn't work this time. O'Mara made the save. O'Mara had a 9.53 goals against average during the 2019 men's varsity season. Looks like we had a push-off for Fordham. Now Iona in white trying to get the equalizer. Here in the first of 4 8-minute quarters from Messmore Aquatic Center in the Bronx. 15 on the shot clock. By the way, players are allowed to stand on the sidelines if they wish. They don't have to sit. Now here is Sam Wheeler dribbling. Egg beater motion back to Wheeler. Wheeler trying to put one to the wheelhouse. To the left side from 6 meters. Fakes denied by Kyle Laufenberg. Iona will gain possession. Fordham picked up a couple that appeared in the first few minutes, and then Iona got a power play knock. .13 on the shot clock for the Gales. In white from the right side, 7 on the shot clock. Now inside. What a nice deflection. Well done for the Rams of Fordham. Iona has not won a game since October 27, 2019 against Ottawa University of Arizona in the Julian Fraser Memorial. Did that not cross the plane? And the crossbar does it again. That did not go in, ladies and gentlemen. So it will remain 2-1. Fordham. Iona dodges quite a scare. About a minute or so left in the first period of play. Fordham in dark 2. Iona in white 1. Iona the aggressor. But sails it out of play. Over the end line. Goal throw for Bailey O'Mara. O'Mara will hold. A lot of hollering going on the sidelines. Set inside the hole. Another turnover by Fordham. Brian Kelly's squad puffing out the chest right now. The shot clock has 6 seconds left. Got to get it off. And that will do it for the first period of play, ladies and gentlemen. And tightly contested games so far here. After 1 quarter of play, it appears Fordham in the dark caps 2, Iona in white 1. 8 of 32 minutes have passed by.
Hi, I'm Jack Bowen, and here's this week's goalie tip of the week. Today we're going to work on a really important, often overlooked part of our egg beater, and that's our range of motion. What we want to think about here in this section is seeing how we can increase the amount of water we grab per egg beater kick. So we're going to do a stretch first, and then I'm going to demonstrate 4 laps solely focused on increasing range of motion in our hips, helping us to grab more water per egg beater. So we're going to do the barnacle stretch, which you'll see underwater, and then 4 laps. And you'll see the kicks are relatively slow because we're not focusing on explosiveness or conditioning. We're working on loosening up that hip. What's important there is to get your heels out wide so you feel the stretch right in your hip and just hold it. First lap, putting a goalie on their back, the easiest place to egg beater, only working on grabbing as much water with this part of the leg per egg beater. Then we flip to our hips focused flutter kick. So the goalie's feet are actually coming out of the water, kicking all the way through range of motion. Lap 3 was egg beater breaststroke kick, which is a cycle we do immediately prior to each shot block move, but just going through it slowly to work on range of motion. And lastly, our frog kick, where we're trying to get our heels all the way up to our fingertips, and then big, wide, slow breaststroke kick.
The CWPA YouTube channel is your #1 video source for everything water polo. Check out our Tip of the Week series, Inside Water Movements, Highlights, Game of the Week, and more. Visit youtube.com, search CWPA Water Polo. Second quarter here in the MAWPC East Norwood section, about to be underway. It's Fordham in dark 2, Iona in white 1. Fordham got the first 2 in this one. Iona able to cash in on the power play. 1 for 2 on the man advantage so far for Iona, but no power play opportunities so far for Fordham. Fordham was 40% on the power play in 2019, though. Here is the sprint. Fordham going left to right in dark and going right to left in white. Iona, and it's Brett Hofer winning the sprint. Hofer was 3 and 14 on sprints in 2019. Third power play coming up here already for Iona. Again, you get 20 seconds on the man advantage. 1 for 2 so far, Iona. We'll go inside, fires and connects. Iona equalizes. Looks like it might have been Cat 3, Patrick Hudak And it's now Fordham in dark 2, Iona in white 2 here in the beginning stages of the second quarter. Hudak, 36 goals in 19 games in 2019. He had 65 markers in 2018, 45 in 2017. And boy, Iona really needs his presence if the Gales want to hang in there. And Fordham has won each of the previous 4 meetings in this series. Iona actually won the first 6 in this series. Date back to 2001. They beat a motion from our top 7. The shot clock, and hits the back of the net. Fordham is back in the lead. It's now Fordham 3 and Iona in dark 2. A minute plus into the second quarter. 2 in the first, 1 the second for Fordham. 1 the first, 1 the second for Iona. And a field block in the hole by the Rams will give Fordham the possession for Bailey O'Meara. Now trying to go for a counter. Another ordinary foul called in the field. 13 on the shot clock. Teams will switch ends after this quarter. Just a soft touch in the follow-up for the finish. And it is now Fordham leading 4-2. It's a 2-0 Ram run over the Iona College Gales. Bailey O'Meara, again coming up huge. In 2019, had 4 games in which he collected 17 or more saves. Will be a big factor in what happens in the next few weeks. It looks like we might have a 5-meter penalty throw. And this is Fordham's forte. This does count as an exclusion foul as well. In 2019, 31 penalty goals. How about a penalty conversion rate of 91%? And it will continue. Fordham on a 3-0 run after that 5-meter conversion. And with that, it is now Fordham 5, Iona and White 2. Close to halfway through this second quarter. And then during halftime, teams will switch ends. Pump fake inside, backhanded O'Meara, won't have it. Got a ball under foul called on Iona. Another offensive foul is called on Fordham. Iona now in white, going right to left here. Iona wants to end its 9-game losing streak dating back to last season. Iona has allowed double figures in 9 straight. And right now, Iona trying to claw back. Cap 3. Hudak has another. He's got a couple. Patrick Hudak makes it now Fordham in dark 5, Iona in white 3. About 4 or so minutes to go in the second quarter. The Gales have allowed 10 or more goals in each of their previous 27 losses. So if Iona can hunker down and continue to press, then chances could improve of coming back in this one. Wheeler up top now. Set it to the flat. Inside 6 meters. Eggbeater fires right into the arms of Kyle Wolfenberg, the sophomore from Greenwich, Connecticut. Sure, Brian Kelly right now trying to hold his breath here, because his team has been aggressive of late. But too aggressive this time. Might have been an offsides. If you're inside 2 meters and you don't have possession, you'll get the call. Shot clock resets. It's Fordham and Dark going left to right. Fordham 2 in the first, 3 in the second. Iona 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Now to play. The third corner throw for Fordham. And you are allowed to score directly on the corner. Iona right now really buckling down. Make sure that Fordham can advance. Set up for the hole. Trying to find room, and does. I think that's Curtis Vinenough with the goal. Number 9 in Dark makes it now Fordham 6, Iona and White 3. Been a few minutes to go here in the first half. This is the only game of the evening here from Colonel Francis B. Messmore Aquatic Center. CWPA Network plans on having more action this weekend, circumstances permitting. We've already had some cancellations announced within the last few hours. Plan on bringing you some action the next few days from the Naval Academy, but Bucknell unable to participate, so it appears we might not be able to do that. Fordham will have the possession. Skylar no flick. Tussling with the Gales. And that's violation. Held it for way too long. Now Iona on the attack. And swerves it through. Well done for Iona College to get within 2. Looks like we may have a timeout. That might have been Andrew Brozovich, the senior from Frankfort, Illinois. We'll get some substitutes in there before we have the after scoring procedures. Now Fordham will have it. At any point, don't be surprised if you see a goalie cross the half-distance line. Another ordinary foul called. Now from the flat. It will be the first power play opportunity of the game for Fordham. 40% man up percentage in 2019. Timeout called by Brian Baccarat. Toward the latter part of the second quarter, it's Fordham leading Iona, not by that score. We're going to update it again. It is a 2-goal game, 6-4. Having some technical difficulties with our scoreboard right now. The CWPA Alumni Initiative is the most important program established by the CWPA. We're asking graduating seniors to get involved after their collegiate seasons are over in one of 4 ways. Become a referee, mentor, coach, or a financial supporter. By engaging our alumni after graduation, we can add programs, make playing more fun, and reduce costs. If you or someone you know is interested, contact the CWPA office at 610-277-6787 or send an email to office@collegiatewaterpolo.org. So we do have confirmation that it was 2-1 After the first, it is 6-4 right now. Here in the second quarter, so 2 in the first, 4 in the second for Fordham and Dark. 1 in the first, 3 in the second for Iona with 3:13 to go in the first half. And we're going to start a power play. Each team is allowed, I believe, 3 full timeouts and 1 30-second timeout. However, the 30-second can only be used once during the game. So the power play has 10 seconds left. Inside and connects. Fordham 40% last season, 100% right now. That might be Hans Dolsek, Cap 7. And it is Fordham leading 7-4. Now, due to roster changes and schedule adjustments, we're sorry if we misidentify any players, as rosters can change at any point, not only the season, but in the game. 14 seconds left in the shot clock, under 3 minutes to play in the first half. 7-4 Fordham. Iona on the attack. Set it for the hole. Right there is Bailey O'Mara. Now in transition, Fordham. A 5-3 scoring run. Led 2-1 in the first 8 minutes. Nice block down by Laufenberg. Rebound for Fordham outside the 6-meter green marker. Now up top. Another ordinary foul. It's a little tricky now having the 6-meter marker. Have a push off for the Rams. Good call for Jesus Mejia and Gabriel Maldonado are officials. And we have a kick against Iona. Can't do that. 2 minutes to go in the half. Quinn Wagner. Now the play went on the Iona bench. And we'll go back in play. We'll be near the half distance line. Looked like that was Trip Ballman giving it back to Laufenberg. Iona needs to get going, and that is how you do it. From long range, past 6 meters. It's a goal for Lester Machado. Need him to get going. A sophomore from Hialeah, Florida. 37 goal performance of a season in 2019. Makes it a 2-goal game. If he could stay within a couple of Fordham heading into halftime, they're in solid ground. Here's Iona, which has won 8 or fewer games in each of the previous 3 seasons, had a 10-win campaign in 2016, but has not won multiple conference games since 2015. In fact, hasn't won a conference game since 2017. Another offensive foul called by Fordham. Iona now trying to get within 1. Now in the Fordham end, out in front. And that will count. Iona, a furious surge. Goodness, it's now Fordham in dark 7, Iona in white 6. Fordham thought about calling a timeout, but with halftime approaching, there's no need. What was a 3-goal lead is down to 1. Don't want to foul here, and that was an errant opportunity. Don't look now. Iona is within 1. And that is not what you want to do. Coughs up the ball. Could not be decisive. Now has a wide opening in Laufenberg. If not Laufenberg, Diego Gomez denies, and it's the fourth 2-meter opportunity of the game. A lot of hollering from the bench and the pool. Now setting in the hole. That's a no-no. About 26 seconds left in the quarter. 7-6. Fordham in dark. Iona trying to tie it up. And will be on the power play. This is a great time for Brian Kelly to call for time. Seven, 6, 16 seconds to go in the first half. Here at Messmore. The United States Military Naval Academy and Fordham University tentatively scheduled to host the Winter 2021 MAWPC East Region crossover events Saturday, February 27th at Scott Auditorium and here at Messmore Aquatic Center respectively, circumstances permitting. More details can be read on collegiatewaterpolo.org. That's only a couple weekends away. We're starting the season right now, but since we're supposed to have men's season in the fall but could not, you have to condense it. And there are a lot of outside factors that could influence the season. So you see Fordham in dark here. I believe on the left side of the bench in terms of the coaching duo is Bill Harris. The right side, Baccarat. So 2 in the first, 5 in the second for Fordham. 1 in the first, 5 in the second for Iona. The last meeting between the two teams, the Judge Cup, November 6, 2019, was 12-8 Fordham. Iona doing a much better job. Skip shot. How about Bailey O'Mara? Can't cross. He'll fire. And that will do it for the first half of play. Iona 1 point down by 3, able to claw back within 1. After 16 minutes of play, it's the Fordham Rams, the host of the dark 7. Iona Gales in the white 6. Teams will switch sides, take a breather. Iona breathing down on the hosts, and we'll be back with more MAWPC East action on CWPA.TV.com.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, co-founder of Cap 7. Today we're going to work on a controlled passing drill where we have 2 players, and if we have a team, we'll have players in a line along the pool, and we'll have 2 rows if necessary. And this is a great way just to get some good controlled passing, working on technique for all the players. It's much easier to identify the players whose technique is not perfect yet in this format instead of sort of a chaos of players out in the pool. So good way to really isolate the players and check the technique. Always a good training drill. A variation on this drill is where we do sort of a delay on the pass, and that's when I'll come with a small hitch with my shoulders, and I'll come to here and sort of lock the defense. This is really important for passing the 2 meters. And a lot of times if you do this, the guard will expose what they're doing, maybe jumping to one side, and you'll make an easy pass to another. It's also good for perimeter passes, where you can lock like you're looking to 2 meters, and then finish with the pass. The most important thing is once you do that first rotation, where you come to here, you don't reset your arm back. You're gonna pass from that stopping point. So I'm going to do a rotation, hold here, and then I'm going to continue pass from that point without bringing my arm back. Let's check it out. We can also do a lot of other drills for passing in this format. Let's take a look at a few of those. Go back the other way. The Cap 7 heavy training 1 kilo ball is also great for all these passing drills. To really strengthen your shoulder, your shooting arm, as well as develop your legs as well. You can always use this in conjunction with the weight belt also.
And welcome back to MAWPC East Northern Section action on the CWPA network. Scott Samuel DeVoice here, Friday, February 12th, 2021, the regular season opener for the winter 2021 season. And after 2 quarters of play, Fordham, which at one point led by 3, has seen his lead get trimmed down to 1. Iona getting a couple of power play tallies. Fordham had 1 man-up opportunity and connected. This is one of a few games we plan on having on tap this weekend. Tomorrow, February 13th, circumstances permitting, we plan on having 3 games from MAWPC West action from Milan Park in Morgantown, West Virginia. That tournament featuring McKendree, Mercyhurst, Gannon, Washington Jefferson, and first-year program Mount St. Mary's. The Mountaineers of Mount St. Mary's got a 10-7 win over Mercyhurst last weekend for its first victory in program history. McKendree is coached by Colleen Wishley, one of 2 women to be head coach of men's programs, Alyssa DiGiacomo, the other being for Mount St. Mary's. So Fordham in dark will be going left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Iona in white, right to left. If you're enjoying the action so far, the CWPA Network has more streams in store. Make sure you check in on the CWPATV.com for upcoming events, and also check CollegiateWaterPolo.org for schedule updates and for all things water polo. All regular season remote broadcasts are free of charge, courtesy of the CWPA, and really check often because the schedule changes just about every day. Of course, the beginning of March, I believe at the Naval Academy, is the MAWPC Championship, circumstances permitting. And it's Fordham winning the sprint. Seven on the shot clock, out of play. Fordham is back on this end. 17 on the shot clock. Here in the 3rd quarter. Seven on the shot clock. Now we'll go out of play. Now, I believe these teams had been on these sides for the whole game, but due for 2021, due to procedures, you could stay on the same end for health and safety precautions. So, 1 minute into the 3rd, Iona gets the ball under charge, so Fordham will get it back. Fordham trying to score double figures. Have been held to 5 in each of its last 2. Not this time. Fordham gets its 8th. We will now do some substitutes. The roster is different without Jake Miller-Tolt, who had 114 goals last season for Fordham, a single season record, but you have some nice contributors. Demetrius Kukias, you have Philip Wang, Jim Wheeler, Quinn Wagner, Daniel Lynch, number 18, listed as a 2-meter defender, is actually a shooter, so you've got to watch out for him as well. Great denial there for the Rams here in the Bronx. Now, Fordham hasn't allowed 20 goals in a game since 2012. It doesn't look like it's going to be this time. Iona, though, had a couple of instances. Actually, one instance in 2019 in which it allowed 20, and that was a 20-1 loss to number 2 Stanford in its season opener last season, and that was September 7, 2019. It's been a while since Iona has defeated a ranked opponent. Fordham just outside the NCAA top 10, maybe number 13. Iona is also receiving votes. Kyle Laufenberg making sure the Gales stay in it. Iona, give Brian Kelly credit. Come out hungry. Coming out hungry. 15 on the shot clock, going right to left and white. Now from the right flat, outside 6 meters. Pump fake, egg beater. And that was not the intended target. And players and coaches are allowed to stand on the sidelines if they choose. Now at the 6-meter line, egg beater fires, and wow, that jumped down the net in a hurry. I think that's Jason Hiermath, number 6. Goodness gracious, Hiermath. It's 9-6. The lead back to free. 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third for Fordham. 1, 5, and 0 for Iona. Iona will make player substitutions. Only 5 exclusions so far. Now, if a player is excluded 3 times in the game, he can no longer continue playing, will be disqualified. Now to the right flat. Iona, though, still not going away. And we're going to have a kick out now. And it'll be the 5th power play opportunity for Iona. These teams are scheduled to meet up again here at Messmore on February 14th at noon, circumstances permitting. And forces the issue. Fordham gets it back. And Fordham has won 16 or more games in each of the previous 6 seasons. And it looks like Fordham will be up a player. And what just happened? Was there a two-handed save, or was there a timeout? So 9-6 Fordham in the third quarter. It'll be a 5-meter free throw. And how about Bailey O'Mara? He had 9 penalty saves in 2019. 2-meter corner. I think that's the first corner of the game for Iona. That is a big one. O'Mara, honorable mention, men's D1 All-America in 2019. Now you know why. And Iona's going to be on the power play again. And we'll call timeout. And we'll call timeout as well.
Cap 7 is a small company that started out of the back of our garages, and we were doing clinics and camps around the country. We pride ourselves as a company with Cap 7 and Turbo to sponsor as much and give back to the sport as much as we can. Last year we gave over $250,000 back to the sport, and all our products are built by water polo players and for water polo players.
So 9-6 Fordham over Iona. Iona will be on the man advantage. To LaSalle University, canceling several MAWPC East games versus Iona Fordham. The league has announced makeup dates. Rescheduled competition begins Sunday, February 21st. LaSalle would visit Iona in New Rochelle for a 10 a.m. tip, replacing a canceled game that was supposed to take place 2 days from now. Action will continue later that day as LaSalle will travel here for a makeup game against the Rams, 4 p.m. on Sunday, February 21st, circumstances permitting. So out of the timeout, Iona, which missed the penalty, got it back and will try to make amends. We'll go inside, fires, not that time, second effort, blocked in the field in the hole. That's definitely a great time to puff out your chest if you're Fordham. Fordham trying to score double figures for the first time since securing a 16-11 win versus Gannon in last season's MAWPC quarterfinals. Wow, Laufenberg poked that away. That was heading not anywhere close to here. And it's out of play. Goal throw for Laufenberg and Iona. Under 3 minutes to go in the third, Iona still within striking distance, but lost control, and O'Mara has it again for Fordham going left to right. And of course, both of these teams hoping to not only win the MAWPC, but go to the NCAA tournament next month, which will be in California. Nice job for Kyle Laufenberg to prevent it from going in the cage. Substitutions will be made. Now to the half distance line, Iona going right to left. 13 on the shot clock. Looking it to the right side. 6 on the shot clock now. There'll be a fresh 30 for Fordham. And there will be a power play coming here for the Rams. And posts it away with authority. Fordham 10, Iona 6. Exclusion on Andrew Brozovic. Goal for Hans Dolcik, I believe. Number 7. Linköping, Sweden. And that's how you get it done. 10-6. 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 3 in the third. No scoring here for Iona, which trailed 7-6 at the half. This is the largest lead at 4 for Fordham. Iona hasn't dropped 10 straight games since the final 8 of 2018 and the first 2 of 2019. A loss here would be 10 straight losses dating back to last season. 7 on the clock. O'Mara! O'Mara, critical piece if Fordham wants to get over the hump and actually compete for first place this season. Lost to George Washington in the MAWPC semis last year, and Fordham is just chipping away right now. That's Daniel Lynch, the sophomore from Indian Head Park, Illinois. 2-meter defender listed, but is actually a shooter, and it's 11-6 now. Lynch had only 2 goals last season. Both came against Austin College, a 21-4 win on September 8th, 2019, but Lynch might play an integral role this season. Bacharach and company will need his help. And there's now a 4-0 Fordham run, as Iona needs answers. $17 on the shot clock for Iona, going right to left. Blocked in the field. Fresh 30 will be awarded. Will fire and finds room. Well, that's a much needed boost. If you're Iona, that's cap number 12, Andrew Miller, freshman from Richmond, Texas. Iona back within 4, Rams in dark 11. Iona in white 7. Iona 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 1 in the third. Fordham 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third. And this is Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference Eastern Division Northern Section action on CWPA-TV.com. Season opener for both teams. 446-day wait for Fordham, 447-day wait for Iona since their previous games. Looks like we're going to have a power play for Fordham. And a timeout called. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at CWPA Water Polo for all the latest updates on what is happening around the league. That's at CWPA Water Polo, the Twitter account focused on CWPA varsity. You see there near the arm pulleys, Brian Bacharach. Sitting in a chair to the left is Bill Harris, 17th season with Fordham. Harris, part of 223 wins as a Fordham coach. In the last 6 years, Fordham has won 20 or more games twice, 20 and 15 in 2015. Last year, 24 and 8. Had a 23 and 6 regular season campaign. Beater motion. And that's target practice. Looks like a goal for number 6. Hiermath does it again. At 5 in the second, Fordham has another 5 in the third. With limited time to go this period. And the score is now 12-7. Good save there. O'Mara will fire. And that was close, but not enough. We're for 3 quarters to play. Fordham, which was only leading 7-6 at the half, is 8 minutes away from another win in the Judge Cup Series to make it 5 straight wins in a row over. Can Fordham fend off the visitors?
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, three-time Olympian and co-founder of CAP7, and today we're going to talk about when and when not to call a timeout and the strategies behind that. Timeouts are a critical part of the game, and being prepared can really help you maximize your opportunities. I found when calling a timeout, you have certain things prepared before the game. So maybe it's my best 5-on-6. I've got my 5 players that I would want in the pool. If the other team calls a timeout, I'm ready to put those players in, bring out some of my players who might be better on offense, but weak on defense, and I can get my best 5 players in, or my best 6 players if it's a front court. There wasn't an exclusion and there's a timeout. So I can be ready to make some changes. And similarly, if I'm calling the timeout and I have a power play, or if I'm running a play in the front court and I have certain players that aren't in the pool when I call the timeout that I want to run a specific play, then I'll have that handy, be able to look at it real quick and not have to think about it.
You're watching the CWPA broadcast brought to you by CAP7.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo with CAP7. There's one more quarter to go in this game. Fourth quarter coming up now.
Did you know CollegiateWaterPolo.org is mobile friendly? Check out CollegiateWaterPolo.org to stay up to date on league news, schedules, and new initiatives as we continue to grow the sport of water polo. Fordham, 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third for 12. Iona, 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 1 in the third for 7. Hope you're having a pleasant evening here. This is Scott Simulator Weiss on CWPATV.com. 1 quarter to go. Fordham in dark going left to right. Iona in white, right to left. Iona has dropped each of its previous 2 season openers, hasn't won a season opener since September 2nd, 2017, a 9-7 win against Cal Lutheran in the Navy Open. And Iona trying to avoid losing 10 games in a row dating back to last season. After this game, we'll be packing up for the night. Circumstances permitting tomorrow, Saturday, February 13th, 2021, we plan on having 3 MAWPC West games from Morgantown, West Virginia, which includes a 1 o'clock p.m. start between McKendree and Washington and Jefferson, again, circumstances permitting. Kyle Laufenberg able to get the stop there. .16 on the shot clock. Diego Gomez is the other goalie, so we're sorry if we confuse them. Bailey O'Mara collecting the loose change. And every empty possession will make it harder. Skyler, no flip. A sophomore from Walnut Creek, California. Now to the left flat. 11 on the shot clock. Ordinary foul called. Fordham on the attack. Another ordinary. Egg-beater motion. Trying to go for the squib. And that's off the crossbar. So these 2 teams' next meeting scheduled to happen in under 48 hours. 12 p.m. Eastern start. Sunday, February 14th, 2021. Again, circumstances permitting. In a season of circumstances not necessarily permitting. Off the arm of O'Mara, and it'll be a 2-meter corner. Only a couple of those in this game for the Gales. Now inside 5 meters, and we'll have a kick out. Power play opportunity here for Iona, and this is where you need to get going. Trying to go for the pounce. Again, you cannot do a fist bump in necessarily with the ball. So you have to be careful. Now here comes Kyler, no flick. Not what he wanted to do. Fordham argues the call, and that's a minor act of misconduct. If you argue the call, you'll be given an exclusion foul. And with that, timeout called by Iona. And with about 5 or so minutes left in this one, Fordham trying to hang on here and pick up season opening win. Last season started the season 0-1 with a 15-3 loss to UCLA. And speaking of UCLA, it's time to tell you about this week's polls in men's varsity. University of California, Berkeley is number 1. Followed by UCLA at number 2, Stanford number 3, USC number 4, Pepperdine is number 5, Loyola Marymount number 6, Cal Baptist is 7, Bucknell, which is unable to participate this weekend, number 8, Air Force 9, and Navy is 10. Then receiving votes, San Jose State, George Washington, and Fordham would be number 13, followed by Santa Clara, Gannon, Fresno Pacific, and the 17th spot, Iona. McKendree, LaSalle, Salem, Mount St. Mary's, Austin College, Penn State Bear, and Mercyhurst follow. In terms of MAWPC rankings, Bucknell 1, Navy 2, Fordham 3, GW also 3, LaSalle 5, Gannon 6, Iona 7. This is a huge sequence now for the Gales. Gales need to score here. Had a 5-goal second quarter to get within 7-6. But it was quite messy in the third, but that is a messy play for Fordham, and Iona takes advantage. Nicely done to make it 12-8 now. And with 4 or so minutes to go in regulation, we're at the score of the last meeting. Fordham won 12-8. Jake Miller of Fordham had 5 goals in that one. Andrew Brazovic led all Iona scorers with 3. Brazovic, I think, had a hand in this one. Good field. Whoa, that's a laser beam. And Fordham wants to make sure Iona can't get any closer. Looks like that might be number 4, Sam Wheeler from Palos Verdes Estates, California. 13-8 now. Fordham in dark over Iona in white. Anyway, number 2, Demetrius Koukias in this one has really had a save for Fordham. He was also honorable mention D1 All-America 2019. Iona down 5, blocked in the field. Gotta be careful here. It's a breakaway opportunity for Fordham. Finds the teammate and finds the cracked egg. Boy, that was not the sequence you wanted. That's another goal for Wheeler. Sam Wheeler, number 4, makes it 14-8. That's what they call a cracked egg. That was a fragile sequence in Iona losing the grip. This is the largest lead at 6. Fordham 14, Iona 8. Couple minutes to go in this one. Here at Messmore Aquatic Center in the Bronx. Hold on, the officials aren't necessarily on the same page. Jesus Mejia, Gabriel Maldonado. The alternate is Doru Law. Looks like the official's going to have a discussion with one of the Fordham players, making sure he's okay. But Fordham, I believe, has been able to lead for most of this one. Iona could not get in the lead. And there will be an exclusion foul called on Fordham. 255 ejections last season, 247 ejections drawn for the Rams in 2019. O'Mara pokes it away again with the one touch. Will be another 2-meter for the Gales of New Rochelle, New York. And Iona won't go away quite yet. Looks like number 17 and on the action, Brett Hofer, the senior from Tinley Park, Illinois, 14-9 now. You're watching MAWPC East Northern Section action on the CWPA network. And for now, we are bringing you varsity action. We do not have club at the moment. Hopefully at some point this spring semester we would. That's if the circumstances permit. Fordham trying to put on the finishing touches. Looks like number 9. Curtis Vindenoff, the sophomore from Clovis, California. I believe that's Fresno County. 15-9 Rams. By the way, according to my research, it appears that Iona has now allowed 10 or more goals in 10 straight games. And now Iona paying the price. An exclusion against the Gales. 15-9. Fordham trying to make matters worse. And well. 16-9 now. Spotlight might be on Michael Ronner, the freshman from Erie, PA, number 12. 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, 4 in the fourth for the Fordham Rams. 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth for the Iona College Gales. Finishing touches on this one, about a minute or so left. Iona might be out of timeouts to use because 7 is a steep hill to climb with about 2 or so minutes left. Not out of the question, but you have to basically tire yourself out. There'll be an exclusion on Fordham, another opportunity for the Gales. Gales now firing inside, trying to go with the deke. Lost the hold. 15 on the shot clock, going right to left. Iona. Gales now trying with the lob shot. That is good enough. Iona makes it a 6-goal game. Well done for Justin Ginsburg, the junior from Buffalo. Haven't really seen him a lot. Had 21 goals in 2019, so he had a hand in on the scoring from time to time. We're running out of time. And while we're running out of time, be sure to check out our new CWPA Remote Series, Professional Edition, on the CWPA YouTube channel. We have Olympian George Groves Jr. interviewing water polo alum from a variety of schools, so make sure to check that out. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 16-10. By the way, It's the first time Fordham's allowed double figures since a 16-11 win over Gannon, November 22nd, 2019 in the opening round, the MAWPC Championship Tournament. Inside now. Looks like Iona is now down 2 or 3 players. Good enough for Fordham. Another one for Michael Ronner. 17-10. And it's been a while since Fordham has scored 17. In fact, hadn't had this many since having an 18-10 win over Chapman on October 5th of 2019 at the Gary Troyer Invitational. So, Bacharach and Harris, the coaches for Fordham, Bacharach, the head coach, had to be pleased with this offensive output. Iona probably glad to get 10, but the result will make it 3 seasons in a row, starting the year off 0-1. But watch out for Fordham. This is a team to watch in the MAWPC East. Last year, in the NWPC, there was Harvard, which lost 0 games in the regular season until getting tripped up by Bucknell in the NCAA tournament. Iona, meanwhile, doesn't go away quietly. Andrew Miller, the freshman from Richmond, Texas, has a number. If not, it might have been Andrew Brozovic, the senior from Frankfort, Illinois, number 6. But it is now Fordham in dark 17, Iona in white 11, in the closing moments of this one. So glad that water polo is back. Hope it was worth the wait. But in a blink of an eye, a couple weeks from now, we'll already be having championship tournaments due to the complexity of what's going on this season. Fordham will get another power play opportunity. Now we'll go up top to the right side. Blocked in the field. And a fresh 30. Don't know how many more fresh 30s there'll be. And we have another power play here for Iona. And a handful. Iona's been able to make some. Iona trailed 7-6 at the half. That's a 10-5 run since for Fordham. Good goalie stop. There's an offensive foul called on Iona. About 15 seconds left in the game. Job well done for Fordham. 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, 5 in the fourth. 1, 5, 1, and 4 for the Rams. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Final score here from the Colonel Francis B. Messmer Aquatic Center. The host Fordham Rams in the dark, 17. And the visitors, Iona College Gales of New Rochelle, New York, 11. So Fordham starts the season off 1-0. Iona will drop to 0-1. These two teams are scheduled to meet here again at noon, Sunday, February 14th, 2021 for a Valentine's Day affair. Thank you for tuning in to CWPA Network's free remote broadcasts, courtesy of the Collegiate Water Polo Association. Final score again, Fordham 17, Iona 11. The next game is scheduled to take place on CWPATV.com tomorrow, Saturday, February 13th, 2021, at approximately 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern for MAWPC West action, featuring McKendree Bearcats and the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. Stay tuned and check us out online at collegiatewaterpolo.org to stay up to date on league news, schedules, and new initiatives. Again, the final score, Fordham 17, Iona 11. Thank you for tuning in. Scott Samuel Lieber-Weiss saying so long from the Bronx. We look forward to having you again here on CWPA.TV.com, circumstances permitting. Have a great rest of your Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen.